So you ever just wake up, doing my pre-trip now and everything, and you just, you know, have the biggest puddle underneath your truck, and it looks like it's from the rear end and it's draining down on the pinion, right? I just did the seal, okay? And I get under here, and I was like, oh man, that's a big leak. That's coming from the pinion seal. And then I look up and it's actually up there on the bed. And it looks like, if I'm correct, I stuck my finger in it and I smelled it. And I know that doesn't sound right, but stuck my finger in it, smelled it, and it's fuel. Come over here. Yep, that is 100% fuel. So we don't have a leak, but this cap, I definitely need a new cap because it's getting fuel everywhere apparently. And that just ain't gonna do. So, had me worried today. I thought we were gonna be replacing a pinion seal, apparently not. Do have a shitload of, what is that? Something's leaking though. All right, I found out where all my water's leaking from. So right there's a fitting there. So it looks like that's where it's going for some reason. But now we know where the coolant leak's coming from because, no, that's definitely leaking too. What a pain in the ass. I need to get some O-rings for that, and then that won't leak. This one doesn't leak at all for some reason. At least I don't think it does. It might, who knows. So between this one, and that one down there, we're getting some leakage. So let's figure this out. It was actually the bottom heater core hose. Right down in there. That was all from letting it sit, so looks like we just fixed that leak. That was just a loose hose hose clamp. So easy fix. Damn it, I just dropped my wrench. Easy fix. Let's get on the road. AC is still working minty. Why do I have my seatbelt on? You guys know I don't wear that. When I get back to Pennsylvania, I do have a appointment to get I want all the O-rings replaced and possibly the evaporator, and then pull a vacuum and put some Freon in it. So shouldn't be more than like 200 bucks to get all that done, but I'm not worried about it because we'll have AC. All right, so I finally returned those carrier bearings. We got $185. That's pretty sweet. Gonna spend that on some sort of car parts for the truck. So I want to make mention because I know you guys notice I sit a lot more than I usually did with power only. Obviously we're finally moving now, but I do want to make mention a lot of the times I'm sitting because I refuse to take the cheap shit. Like I know in the beginning I took a couple of cheap shitty ones. Like I went to Florida for $1,800 with that box truck. Absolutely terrible idea. I regretted every second of it and I refuse to do it anymore. So I'm at the point where I try to get a car for at least $1,000 to $1,400, and then I try to find something big on the end that's paying, you know, $2,000, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm tired, like all these rates on this load board, they're cheap, and I refuse to take the cheap ones. If a car's paying less than $1 a mile, and even that I think is cheap. If it's paying less than $1 a mile, I don't want it. I try to shoot for something that's a little over $1 and something that's a little over $1.50 to $2 is what I'm trying to do. And I refuse to take this cheap bullshit that's on the load board. I just refuse it. So that's another reason you'll see sit a little bit longer than I really should. All right, finally made it. This thing was hard to find, but we got it. Apparently it's been sitting here for a while. 3 winters from what I was told. Throw a battery in it and try to start it, but I doubt it's gonna start. So. Oh, that's just pretty rusty. Pretty sure I just saw an animal in there. Well, let's get it. Keys are in the ignition. Door's about ready to fall off. It's already in neutral. Sweet. See if there's anything missing. Bet you a bunch of bees are gonna fly out. I hear something by my head. This thing's kind of neat. There's bees flying all around. There's like 2 flying around my head. There's one. Bunch of shell casings on the ground. Had a bug just fly in and try to sting my leg. It got me a little bit. And I was in reverse and I let the clutch out and the truck kept going. I thought I broke something, but I guess we're all right. So let's get a little bit closer. Just trying to get it lined up as best as possible. It's kind of hard with this thing here and having the sunshades in the back, but a lot of stupid bugs here. I was hoping this would be a car that, even though it's an in-op, I'd be able to start it, because I have another in-op after this. If the guy ever gets back to us, he deleted it off Central, and we don't know if he's a Monday to Friday guy, but yeah, we got the winch working. This remote sucks. See how I let off? It keeps going. Look at that. Well, she moves. Now we gotta get her close. Hopefully the e-brake's off. Alright, everything is released. So let's get it. Oh, there she is, rusty. Shouldn't be too heavy because it's rusty. This thing is a pile. Wow. I'm gonna close the hood. Oh wait, you can't. Oof. So winch cables suck. I was gonna pull on the car to get the chain tight in the back, and then we're gonna put another chain on the front because I'm gonna take this off and everything. But this winch cable has seen better days. I want to pull this whole thing back out and re-roll it. I know it's a pain, but it's definitely worth it. But it's been so stuck. See this guy right here? This keeps getting stuck like that. You gotta kick it to get it down. But it's been so stuck that I gotta use the come along to actually get it to come out. I tried doing it by hand. I could not get the winch cable out to save my life. So I'm gonna rewrap that. Definitely something you want to do, but I hate that they do that. Basically, let's see, I'm gonna stand on the winch. Then basically do that. You guys can see this is not how this is supposed to look. Every time that I re-roll it, I try to like pull it up, but it just wants to twist and bind, and I don't know. Maybe I need to do better, but I want it wrapped up nice. Just how I see. Winch cables are a pain. Also, we'll see depending on when I give this trailer back. If, any of the damages that are on the trailer when I give it back, obviously, like I gotta get a light for the back. I pulled up the other day, and somehow that light there on the left went missing. So I was able to find one of those in Walmart, but they didn't have an amber one. So I went to Love's to find an amber one, and they don't have the rubber to go around it. So it's like, what do you do in that case? Where are you guys getting your bulbs at? So any damages on the trailer, obviously I'm gonna end up paying for. Not that there's like any actual damages, but like things like that. So hopefully we can get the new trailer soon, which will have the winch cable and then hopefully a center rail, so that, you know, this is a lot easier. But this should realistically be down here, but then you lose that deck space. If I would have had it down here when I went and did that van, it may not have cleared. I might not have been able to load that car. Like, that's how close it is with 32 feet. I think for what we do, this cable is way, way, way too long for what we're doing. And I've noticed with this winch, using the wireless remote, if I hit the button and then I let go, you can see it does that. So when I'd tighten it to here and I'd let go, it would keep going for like 2 seconds until it was just so tight that it would do that. Now, obviously that's not my fault, but this wireless remote, for some reason, you gotta be wary of that. When you use the direct one, it's perfectly fine. So it's like you can hit the button once and sometimes it'll just go. So you gotta be, I don't like it, but you gotta be super careful about it. So just know about it, and haven't done it since, but kind of sucks. It's nice and hot today. Can't wait to get in the truck and get some AC. I see why this thing gets this way. You leave a little bit off of it, and look at that. I had it like, you can't do this with one person. I'm standing all the way back there trying to hold it tight, and this is all it wants to do. You can't do this with one person. I definitely need a second person to help. I want this thing nice though. Ah, winch cables are fun. I don't think I've ever seen one guy out on the road, even with their brand new trailers, I think their winch cables are all jacked up. Oh, fun. This needs to be way shorter. I'm standing all the way back here trying to get it tight. By the way, I can't pick up till Monday anyway. So this is why I'm kind of like doing this. Like, I could just be driving right now, but there's absolutely no point picking up in Iowa for 2,200 on Monday. And it's only going 860 miles. Oh, she's up here. Forgot to see, this is why we do our walk around. I want to put something on that hood so it doesn't blow up while I'm driving. So I don't know what's up with it. I can't get the hood to pop or close, so no big deal though. We'll have it pretty good. There's that. Just need a tiny little 1-incher. 1-inch strap will keep that down. All right, so you guys know that I can't leave well enough alone, and I'm a super big organization freak. Like things like this just makes me happy. See how nice and organized that is? Okay, so I wanted to do the same with back here, right? So obviously I have all my blankets out, so ignore that. But I keep all my food in this, like a tote, and I have my cooler right there and my trash can right there. So all this stuff is organized. Obviously, like I said, blankets go back here, so don't hassle me for that. So I was thinking about taking out the center console for a trip or two. Not getting rid of it, but like, cause then I could put it back in when I get home. But I like the pickup truck feel, so I'm happy with how everything's been. But I'm thinking about putting my food like right in the middle so I can access it easier. Because I don't know about you guys, but I love to eat while I'm driving. I love to eat a lot while I'm driving. I know it's not good for me, but I got a really fast metabolism, so that's not a big deal. But get this car moving. There was nowhere to really grab it up here, so I have it like really lightly on here, just enough to put some pressure on the hood, but not enough to actually hurt anything. So I've seen a lot of guys, they'll literally just put it right under here, but there is nothing. Actually, it's a metal wheel liner. That was back, this was after they knew how to make cars and they started to try to like cheat and use like thin stuff. Look at that. They used to make cars so nice back in the day. Back before I was born, 70s, 60s, 50s. Back when things were real American steel. Now you got like this is old, and like look at that. It's just, this thing is awful. So let's get out of here. We'll go organize somewhere else. We'll think about it. But we're gonna head to Iowa. Like I said, it's a lot to Deadhead, but it's on my way back home, and it pays a shitload. Neat little place here. Trailer fits back behind the building. Oh yeah. Must move a lot of boats. A lot of boats. Wasn't able to figure that winch cable out by myself. It's definitely a two-person job. I remember back when I had my towing company, and I would have, like, we would every single day do that, and we'd hook it up to a car, and just at the end of the day, rewrap the winch cable. Can't do that here. The cable's way too long, and the remote stops working after a certain amount. I just scared the hell out of myself. I just heard a loud pop. I'm like, what was that? Oh, I think I found my loud pop. Good God, I thought a tire just blew out. I think that's what it was. That couldn't have been it. Unless he tied it really tight. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't think it was that. Also, a mouse is in the car. I'm gonna tighten these chains up, but there's a mouse running. Saw him running. I really have no damn clue what that was. Well, I couldn't figure it out. All I can assume is that it was this, but I don't think this, I forget if this was tight or not. I don't know. I heard a pop noise. It sounded like a tire blew out, but all the tires are good, so I have no idea. Intercooler boots are fine. All the pressures are fine. No idea. Maybe that was a warning that something's about to blow up. Who knows? Well, I really don't feel like going any farther. I have no idea what that loud, like, tire pop sound was earlier, but you know what? I don't care. Because nothing exploded. So, anybody on here want to help me rebuild an NV5600? Anybody want to rebuild an NV5600 for me? I feel like it's time. I feel like I kind of want to do it as preventative maintenance and look at a transfer case rebuilt. Just a bunch of stuff. Why not? I need to rebuild the front end. Oh man. So I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. So I'm gonna start messing with the interior. I might try to see what this looks like without this and then put my food in the center just for while I'm out on the road, because like I'm not touching any of the other interior. I just kind of want to try it. So we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Also, life hack, if you like spaghetti with meatballs, but you're tired of the little amount of meatballs that they put in your spaghetti, get the ABC ones. These have a shitload of meatballs in them.